Hey there, and welcome. Ever looked at a certificate you've earned and wondered, what really makes this valuable? I mean, beyond the paper it's printed on. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this hidden system, this unsung hero that gives your qualifications some serious weight.
Seriously, think about it for a second. That grade you got on your last assignment. How do you know it was fair? How can you be sure it wasn't just, the opinion of one person on one particular day? Was it a true reflection of what you can do?
Well, it turns out it's not just a guess. There's this whole system working behind the scenes, a powerful process that's all about making sure every grade is consistent, fair, and actually means something. It's what makes your hard work count, no matter who's grading it or where you are.
All right, so here's what we're going to break down. We'll look at why this whole quality assurance thing is so important, the key rules everyone has to play by. We'll meet the person in charge, the quality guardian, and see the process they use to keep everything on track and constantly getting better.
So let's start with the big question. Why does this even matter? Why should you care about this system? Okay, here's the deal. This system, what we call internal quality assurance, or IQA, is basically the reason your grade isn't a total lottery. It's this invisible shield that protects the value of your qualification. It builds trust, right? It makes sure that you and everyone else are judged by the exact same standards. So your certificate is credible, transferable, it actually means something out there in the real world. It's the bedrock of the whole system. So how do they build that trust? Well, it all starts with a few core principles. You can think of them as the official rules of the game for any fair assessment. First up, we've got validity. This is super simple. Does the test actually measure what it's supposed to measure, right? I mean, you wouldn't use a bathroom scale to check how tall you are. It's the same idea here. If you're being assessed on, say, your engineering skills, you should be doing something practical, not just writing an essay about it. Makes sense, right? That's validity. Next, there's reliability. This one's all about consistency. Think of it like a sports game. If 3 different referees watch the exact same play, they should all make the same call, right? If they don't, the game feels unfair. Well, assessment is the same. It means that whether it's me grading your paper or someone else, the results should be pretty much identical. That's reliability. And then, of course, there's fairness. This is huge. It's about making sure everyone gets a level playing field, an equal opportunity to show what they know. So if a student with dyslexia gets extra time, that's not an unfair advantage, no way. That's a fair adjustment that removes a barrier so they can demonstrate their skills just like anyone else.
Authenticity. This one's pretty straightforward. The work has to be your work. Simple as that. It's the rule that makes sure your certificate reflects what you can do, not what someone else did for you.
And last but not least, sufficiency. This just means an assessor can't just make a call based on a hunch. They need to see enough evidence to be totally confident in their decision. They need enough proof to say, yep, this person definitely knows their stuff. No shortcuts allowed. Okay, so we've got all these rules. Validity, reliability, fairness, but who's the referee? Who makes sure everyone is actually following them? Well, let's meet the star of our show, the Internal Quality Assurer, or IQA for short.
And this quote here just nails it. An IQA isn't just a cop. They're not just there to police the rules. They have 2 jobs, really. They're a guardian of the standards, for sure, but they're also a supportive mentor to the people doing the grading.
And you can see that guardian and mentor thing right here in what they do. Yeah, they'll watch assessments and look through student work to make sure everything's fair and consistent. But the really important part? They give feedback to help the assessors get better. Their goal isn't to catch people making mistakes, it's to help everyone grow and improve.
So how does an IQA actually do all this? It's not random, I'll tell you that. It all follows a really clear, continuous cycle. And here are the 5 stages. The key thing to remember is that this isn't a one-and-done checklist, it's a loop. You start with a plan, you sample some work, you get everyone on the same page with standardization, you give feedback to help people improve, and then you evaluate how it all went before starting the cycle all over again. It's a system designed for constant improvement. Let's take a closer look at that first stage, planning. An IQA doesn't just check everything randomly. It's much smarter than that. They create a schedule, kind of like this one, to focus their energy where it's needed most. See that risk rating column? That's the key. If you've got a brand new assessor or a really tricky subject, that's high risk, so it gets checked more often. It's all about being strategic. All right, so this cycle isn't just about maintaining the status quo. It's about actively making things better. Let's dig into how it actually improves quality. Okay,
Check this out. We've got two different assessors looking at basically the same piece of work. Assessor A says, good try, but not quite a pass. Assessor B says, yep, that's a pass. See the problem? This is a huge deal. It means your grade could depend entirely on who you get. That's a total breakdown of reliability, and it's exactly what IQA is designed to prevent.
And this is why that standardization step is such a game changer. The IQA gets all the assessors in a room together, they look at the same pieces of work, they talk about the rules, and they make sure they're all on the same page. And just look at the difference it makes. This chart shows that consistency can jump from, say, 76% up to 95%. That's a massive leap toward fairness for every single student.
And this right here really shows you the mentor side of the IQA. This isn't some scary report card for the assessor. It's more like a coaching log. The IQA gives really specific, helpful advice. Hey, maybe try asking questions this way. Or how about you sit in on Mark's class to see how he does it? It's all about helping people improve and building a stronger, more consistent team.
So, when you step back and look at the whole picture, you realize this isn't just some boring, bureaucratic checklist. It's a really human system. It's there to protect you, to make sure your qualification has real value. And at the same time, it's there to help your teachers and assessors get even better at what they do. It's all about building a system on trust.
So we've seen how this whole system makes learning fair today, but that leaves us with one big question to think about. As education keeps changing with new technology and new ideas, how will this system that's all about fairness and getting better actually shape the future of how we learn?